I've come to two conclusions on Rob and Sophie's relationship. One, their relationship is cursed. Any sexy shop that they enter is bound to bring them more doom. For some couples, a sexy shop is a tool to get closer. Not for these two. A sexy shop is the place that gives them enough ammo for at least the next 5 fights. Second on the list is that Sophie is looking for any reason to exit this relationship, and Rob is making it really, really easy. Let's get into this, y'all. Hi guys, welcome back to Nikki Faces Reality. We're here to discuss Rob and Sophie in the latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. As you guys recall, the last time we discussed Rob and Sophie, they went to therapy. They kind of sort of made a breakthrough about how to bring their intimacy back because it's been non-existent for the last year. So their solution is that Rob is going to compliment her more and be more understanding, and she in turn is also going to be an active participant in her relationship. So they're going to a sex shop to look for costumes to spice up their relationship, and automatically the vibes are off. Rob is going into this being a bit playful, and Sophie, you can't really read her at first.
I've decided that I'm going to finally try a costume for him and show him that I'm willing to do it if it's something that he's into.
Okay.
I found what I'm wearing.
Rob.
This is what I'm wearing. I can put this mother on though. Wait.
It looks like a robe, right?
This doesn't count as your try on. No, you look silly. Take off.
I'm smiling because I don't think we really see him be playful without it being a little passive aggressive, you know? And so, like I said, his vibe going into this is let's have a good time. I'm sure he's happy to be spending time with her ever since, you know, she's moved back. So he's being playful.
Oh my gosh. That'd be very graceful.
Like, I haven't seen him be like this affectionate towards her in maybe like a season, you know? So I can't believe I'm defending Rob in this moment, but this is someone that's excited to be there.
No, Rob, you give me the ick.
Meanwhile, Sophie has the ick. Look at her face. Look at her face. Sophie does not appear to have the same energy as Rob. If anything, she definitely has the ick, and I could tell that she had the ick even before she said it. And so they start looking at costumes, and it's clear that this is, you know, out of her comfort zone, and she is feeling a little vulnerable. So it's now become a joint activity. Rob is also going to be trying on costumes. It's really obvious to me that she's only doing this for him. But even if you're doing something for someone and you're, quote unquote, doing a selfless act, you would think there would be a little more enthusiasm. She's picking out clothes like, can you pass me that? Like, it's nothing about the experience or her energy is giving fun and sexy, you know? Him trying on clothes, I don't think was part of the initial plan. And even so, he's being a team player and, you know, looking at things that they can pick out. And we got to give him credit for that. I know it's like bare minimum stuff, but credit where it's due. And so we do see him try on his piece, his lingerie first.
We kind of strayed away from my idea of Sophie and I checking out costumes for her. I don't even know how we got here. Just cut our nipples.
I mean, he's still doing it, right?
I don't know why you chose this goofy ass color either. You should have just chose black. So I could wear a black thing.
He doesn't look bad.
It looks cute.
It's a harness.
This is how it's going. I don't know how I need to be, but this is the only way it's going to be on.
Yeah, it's a harness.
Very nice.
What, you think I should cover the nipples?
No, they're supposed to be out, I think.
It looks cute.
Does not look cute.
Why is he leaning on the door like that?
Walk you around.
I think you finna snap my bra.
I think that's the point.
Stop it.
I think he kind of liked that. You saw that, how he leaned at the door? See, and this is why you go to shops as a couple to, like, see what you like, see what you want to try. She keeps saying it's very nice and it's a very generic answer, right? And if it were anyone else, I'd be like, oh yeah, whatever, she thinks it's nice. But wasn't she at therapy telling him that she wants him to tell her something other than you look nice? That you tell your friends and your family you look nice, but for someone that you're obsessed with, you should say something more? Wasn't she the one to say that? I'm just saying, we gotta hold everybody accountable in this channel. It's not just one person. And so now we're at the main event, right? It's time for Sophie to try something on. Again, the excitement is not there. It's just like, why are they there? She's giving the energy of like, she's already putting up like so many ifs and buts about this costume, this lingerie. I keep calling it a costume, this lingerie. So she goes into the dressing room and you can hear her complaining about the skirt being too short. As a girl, of course, I feel her. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be exposed in front of strangers at the store, in front of a bunch of the camera people. I get that. However, you went to a sex shop. Did you think that you were going to find something presentable, something that was conservative at a sexually liberated shop? Like, let's be for real. I was just rolling my eyes because I was like, girl, what did you expect? She is heavily exposed on her Instagram, so she's not shy. And I get that, like, you know, it's one thing to post it, to take a photo of yourself and post it rather than being exposed in front of all these people. But it's just not communicating enough for me. Right now, it seems like, oh, it's too short. I'm like against that when we obviously know that's not true. And okay, right? Like, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. If you don't want to be exposed like that on camera, I get that. But then come up with another solution. And I'm sure you guys are probably coming up with so many other solutions that would work. The one that came to mind for me would have been like, okay, I don't want to show it on camera, but I came here with an objective, which is to find something sexy for my partner, and I still want us to have that moment that we wanted, sans camera, right? And so I would be like, babe, this is for your eyes only, come over here. And open the door so that he can see me, not the cameras, and still have that moment between us where he's like, yeah, we're taking that home, and then change and get out. That's what I would have done. I feel like any other way would have worked that would have still honored the goal, that it would have still honored what you guys agreed on, right? But Sophie chooses an option that I was like, okay, I guess. And so she decides to leave on the skirt that she came into the store with, which is just a regular white skirt. She puts the top that she picked out, which looks like any other top that I've gotten from Shein, and any top that we've seen her wear. It's nothing different, right? Nothing about it screams lingerie to me. And then she adds a tie. She's a cute girl, but that look that she came out with is not what they went to that store for. And this is where it all goes to shit. Okay. Rob went into the store with one objective, right? To go home, to leave that store with something to play with at home. And this is kind of a generalization, but I'm going to say it anyway, and I hope the men forgive me. I feel like men go into situations kind of like a one-track mind, right? So when she comes out in this basic look, he's like, you're kidding, right? It wasn't a great reaction because after therapy, you said you would work on your delivery of things. Like, you may be someone that doesn't really feel comfortable with emotions, and that you're with a partner that feels a lot of emotions. So there has to be like a happy medium. But his reaction, I understood it. Because he's like, I'm here in this neon harness. You can't go out of your comfort zone a little bit when I'm standing like this. Rob went into it with a one-track mind. He's thinking about the objective. He's not thinking about anything else. Sophie went into the shop with all of her insecurities, all the troubles of the relationship, all of those things went into the shop with her. So any little thing that he would say or do, she would find one of the issues to connect it to. All of that was at the forefront, specifically her insecurities about her thinking that Rob doesn't desire her because of the porn that she's seen on, the porn that she has seen him search, and the fact that he had virtually cheated on her. So, because she went into the shop with all of those things with her, she has blown up this moment, his reaction, into something that it isn't. You guys, you know, we love each other, and I know that some of you are going to disagree with me. I think that this fight, this moment in time was blown out of proportion. Not saying he was right. She wasn't right either. I think it's just a miscommunication. And they both went in with, how can I say this? The sex shop, this date, it held different stakes for each of them. I don't think they went into it with the same objective. Hence, it blew up in their faces.
Okay. We'll see what it looks like. It doesn't look cute. I'm not showing you.
You see? So she should have showed it to him privately. So also, if you didn't want to try on this skirt, why not be like, babe, this skirt isn't doing it for me. Do you mind grabbing something else real quick and throwing it in here? But she wanted to be opposed to this experience. You can't tell me different. Look at his face, because he's like, really?
My ass is going to be out in the skirt, bro.
Okay, it's going to be out. Don't show it to the cameras. Open the door. Bring him in. Show him. This is your husband that you've already been intimate with him plenty of times. This outfit is basic, you guys. Like, this is an outfit we've already seen on her. She just threw on a tie. I would be pissed too. In a neon harness, and I'm out here just chilling, waiting for you to change, and you're not even like committed to the bit with me.
Like a whole regular ass top you would wear any day of the week.
Titties, you can see them.
No, you can't.
Barely. Ain't nothing
Okay,
special
fine.
about
See,
that.
I'm not.
Ain't nothing special.
Like, his delivery is awful. Everything he's saying is valid. But there's a way to be like, come on, babe. You know you look hot, but I could see you in that already at home. You already have that at home. Why don't you try something else? Can I pick something out? Like, he has no game. And she acts her age. She kind of just has hissy fits, says something really quick, and runs away. They both need to talk to each other from a place of softness, tenderness. It's crazy that you have to teach a married couple how to be tender with each other. Because it's like, how did you get here?
Literally, I didn't.
I'm a little salty because I'm wearing a damn shoestring and you're wearing like a regular shirt.
You walked out. I said you look really cute. You was like, I come out and you look at me like a dickhead for what?
She's very insecure. She's very insecure, and I understand, and he should be helping her with that. But I think Rob is operating from a place of the one-track mind thing where he came for a goal and you are literally derailing the goal. For him, he's operating from a place where he's like, I'm already attracted to you. That's not debatable. That's not something that's up for negotiation. That's a done deal. That's not what we're here for. And so he's lashing out a little bit because he's like, you promised to do this with me and you're leaving me hanging. And I'm in this neon harness. And it's also more than the neon harness, right? Like, you're leaving me hanging in this store. You've also left me hanging in our marriage. You won't talk to me. Instead, you moved in with your friend that you just met. So it's beyond the harness. I feel like he's triggered, she's triggered, and they're just not seeing each other. But you guys, I really do think that Sophie went into this experience wanting to hate it. And she did. And it's unfortunate because I think this is the first time that I've seen Rob have like a little bit of softness to him. I think that he's usually trying to be so cool, and he was being goofy and playful and, you know, throwing out bait, and she was just not grabbing anything. She's out of it. So I'm just like, she either is too self-consumed to see his efforts, or it's just too late. She's like, you should have done this a long time ago. It's clear that they both want to be right, and so they don't know how to de-escalate a situation. So something that is bad becomes horrific real quick.
He just always, like, seems to say the wrong thing or not say the right thing to me.
People can't read your mind. That's the hardest lesson. And I had to learn it in my 20s because I was a brat like this. That you just expect someone to know you fully because they love you, right? And even people that love you can hurt you if they don't understand you. And the way to understand you is to talk. You have to communicate. They will never be able to read your mind. Like I said, she's obviously got into this shop with so much on her mind. So his reaction and his comments, she's taking it in a way that I don't think he intends, but they're not getting to the root of the issue. And also the accountability factor of, one, she doesn't really want to be there. Two, she's critiquing him harshly because she's like, he never says the right thing. And it's like, well, I don't think he really knows for real what you need. Everything we've heard Sophie say is a bit surface level, a bit superficial. I don't really think that she knows herself, so I think that she's always looking for a problem. This didn't have to be a problem.
It did not go as planned. But it's not fair that I get to come out looking goofy, and she gets to come out looking hot like she usually does in a shirt that she probably already has.
Yeah, it's literally the Trigger Olympics. Rob has a problem with being vulnerable. And so this was a big step for him in his mind. For us, it could be basic. For him, this was a big deal. He's like, I'm looking goofy in this harness. I'm exposed, but we're doing this together and we're going to find something that we like. And I don't blame him for having those feelings. I just think that he comes off really harshly. And I think it was a defense mechanism because he feels like she left him hanging.
But maybe I should have kept my, feelings a little bit more in check because I hate to see that her feelings are hurt.
Good for you, Rob. I wish that he was telling her that to her face, and not in a confessional months later. But good for him on coming to that realization. Rob is not my favorite person. He tends to be heavy on the awful side, but Sophie is a brat. I think it's very easy to view her as the less problematic one next to Rob because he's so alarmingly giving F-boy vibes, but two things can be true, and she's right up there with him. This sexy shop moment was an opportunity for them to show up as a team, and it's something so trivial, right? Like, imagine them dealing with something more serious. If you can't even handle a shopping experience together without it becoming this thing, it's like, y'all gotta ask yourselves some serious questions.
I don't understand what that's about, Sophie. I don't understand why you're so upset. I thought you looked great in the outfit.
You don't make me feel like you, think I look nice.
I'm not a fan of the whiny voice. You're a grown-ass woman. You're married. Speak the fuck up. You know what I mean? Nice. I get being insecure. Lord knows I've had those days. But you have to speak up. You have to speak up for your needs. I don't think her looking nice was ever a debate. So he's telling her that she looks nice, so.
I do think you look nice.
No, you don't. You still haven't even said sorry.
You haven't said sorry for literally sabotaging their experience. I would love to know what you guys think about this because I think he should say sorry for the way that he expressed his reaction. I don't think you should be mean to your partner. And whether you think that her feelings are valid or not, she is hurt and you should apologize for the hurt. But Robert is also hurt. He is hurt that you have left him hanging once again. So I'm not a fan of Sophie because she loves to just point the finger like she doesn't have something to contribute to the betterment of their relationship. It's not just on him. So this whiny voice makes me cringe.
I'm sorry.
You got it.
You not looking attractive is not an option. Like, you're gonna look good in everything you put on.
No, I don't. I don't believe you.
You guys, I am not someone that can recover from cheating. I know that about myself. Because I will be like this, a lunatic that can't let shit go. Because I will read into everything. Because the trust is broken. There are some people that are just super strong and can be in relationships after cheating and not be like this. If you are one of these people, there comes a point where you have to take responsibility and you're like, I am contributing to my unhappiness by staying in a situation that no longer serves me. There comes a moment where even though he's cheated on you in the past, in the present, what you're doing is worse. So yeah, I think this is a situation where Sophie has hung on to him long enough for her to become the villain. But she can't see it because she's justifying her actions based off of hurt that he caused a long time ago. But she's not taking accountability for the hurt that she's causing in present day. It's just going in circles. Triggered Olympics. Men cheat on women that they're attracted to every day. And I think this comes down to how she views herself. I think it comes down to the age. At 24, I think she's 24, right? I was so insecure. I was a ball of insecurity. Are you kidding?
Willing to try to understand and
Are you willing to understand
compromise?
why I'm upset?
They're not listening to each other at all. They both have a right to be upset, but they got to do it one thing at a time.
He said I understand why you're upset.
He did say that. We heard him.
All it matters is that you make me feel better. It doesn't matter about me. I don't need to understand you.
All that matters is that you make me feel better. I don't need to understand you. And that in itself is the problem with Sophie. You are not perfect by any means. Your shit stinks too. This is so foul and it's so selfish. And someone like Rob, who's already so defensive, I'm sure hearing that, he's like, oh, word, I'll put my guard up because you're obviously not looking out for me. Because you just want this to be all about you. They both have... I'll tell you in a second. She's never going to feel better because it's always going to be something.
That's not compromise. That's not understanding.
If I
That's
upset
just...
you, I'd make sure you're good. That's it.
And I've
Doesn't
already
matter.
expressed that I see your side.
And he is upset.
You're like impossible.
I'm really not being impossible,
so
Sophie.
impossible.
I'm always sticking my foot in my mouth. I'm always doing the wrong thing. I feel like you're always looking for a reason to be pissed off at me.
I agree.
Like, it feels like you don't like me.
I agree. So I think we're seeing Sophie's mask just slip off. Because she literally doesn't, like, I don't think she understands what compromise means. Compromise isn't one-sided. She just wants it her way, and she's finally said it. And I don't believe that she wants to be in this relationship. But if for any reason they ever did want to be in a relationship, the biggest thing that I'm seeing just in this conversation is that they don't know how to decenter themselves when they're having an argument. So an example, if my partner is coming to me with an issue, Like, babe, yesterday this happened and I really want to talk to you about it because X, Y, and Z. That is not the moment for me to be like, well, actually, I felt this way because this and this happened on Tuesday. So you just completely hijacked the conversation. If you felt that way, you should have brought it up. But now they brought something to you. In this moment, you handle what you have at hand. One thing at a time. After you're done processing what has been brought to you, and you have come to an understanding and found peace with that, then you have the opportunity to be like, babe, X, Y, and Z, and then work on that. But when you try to like one up your partner with like, well, actually, this, you're not solving either thing. None of you feel heard. Actually, you'll be on the attack because you'll be on defense mode. There's no winning in that. And the goal should be for you to be at a better place as a couple. So this feels like a competition. This doesn't feel like they want to move forward. And that's why I agree with Rob that I do think that she's looking for a way out.
I feel like Sophie must be talking to somebody else because of how unhappy she seems to be with me.
Rob, she can be very unhappy with you and not have anyone else in the mix. One thing doesn't have to do with the other. But if I were him, I can understand why he would maybe think that because she lived away from him for months. But him saying like, well, she's unhappy with me, you haven't been perfect, buddy. So that's
Somebody that is just so amazing, so great, that I can do nothing but fall short.
I don't think that's it, but I understand the logic. I just, again, don't think that he is accepting blame. I think he's uncomfortable with that, with accepting that much accountability because it may feel shameful. So I think this is his way of like rationalizing the weirdness that's going on with his relationship.
I can make a face and they would have never made that face. I cannot say the right thing and they would have said the right thing. Who knows?
No.
She spends a ton of time with Kay, so maybe she's her.
We did have that suspicion. We
I
did.
would not consider that there's somebody else that you must enjoy more because you don't care about peace with me.
There is. I enjoy my
She doesn't care about peace with him. There was always something, but I also feel like vice versa.
mom more. I enjoy Kay, Silvana, Ashley, Jasmine, because they don't make me feel like.
But I have a hard time sympathizing with what she's saying because he was the same person before you married him. He's been the same. So, like, I don't know. There's no shock value. He's been the same. And you're here singing the same tune. Like, just get out.
Go date them then. Go
What
marry
today then?
them.
I'm trying to be with you, but you're so mean.
Are you trying to be with me?
I think he is mean. Yes, I agree. But I think she's also mean too. She just has a high squeaky voice. But she's mean too. And she's super passive aggressive as well.
Honestly, just be nice. Be nice, and we're good. That's it. I don't want to hear. Be nice. I'll be around you all the time. Just be nice.
That's
It's
fine.
gonna. No.
And that right there
Because you
is-
took time.
I really want to empathize with Sophie, but I'm having a hard time doing so. I want to empathize with her because of everything that has come out, behind the scenes. I just think that there's always more, and an active participant in the mess that is her relationship.
You took all the time. I never get to say what I want to say.
I feel like we've seen her have plenty of opportunities to say what she wants to say. I just don't think that she has come up with the right verbiage or she just needs to get out of, she's very clearly unhappy. And when you're unhappy, if the person breathes wrong, you're annoyed, And I think she looks like that with Rob. Talk. This is the time.
Sophie, You're not getting it. You don't get
Oh my
it. You
god.
don't get it.
Okay.
You don't get it.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
You don't get it.
Literally, I'm not talking about.
They don't get each other. So about Sophie cheating. I don't hold cheating above anyone. Like, anyone can cheat. I just don't know if she is. But then I don't think she's cheating. I just think that when you don't trust someone, or when there's a lot of uncertainty and insecurities in your relationship, you're bound to think someone is cheating on you. Guys, I'm sweating. It's so hot in my apartment. But yeah, I don't think she's cheating. I do think she's being shady, though.
If you're not interested in working things out with me, then you should be with someone else.
You know what's crazy? That I don't think he's saying that in a passive-aggressive way. We've seen Rob be super passive-aggressive, but I think in this moment, the way he delivered that makes me feel like he's like, if I'm obviously falling short, stop draining me, let me stop draining you, go somewhere else. And that's the first mature thing we've heard him say. But of course, Sophie's going to fight about this and say that he doesn't love her. She has that all over her face.
What are you talking about? What the is wrong? Would you say that?
Because you just got out of the car in the middle of me trying to talk to you. You just don't care.
Why would he say that you can go if you're unhappy? You just said in the car, you listed a bunch of people that you like to spend time with because they don't make you feel like shit, implying that he makes you feel like shit. So why wouldn't he say what he said? I can't believe Sophie is making me defend Rob. That's how absurd she's acting.
What are you talking about, Rob?
You literally got out of the car just to shut me up.
She did.
I came in today with, really high hopes. I wanted to impress Rob, have a good time and a laugh together. And, it's just gone to as usual with me and Rob. Like, he wants me to now comfort and reassure him. Like,
Yes, you should comfort your partner, and he should comfort you. Don't get it twisted. But my problem with her is that she doesn't think that she has to apologize.
I haven't done anything. Okay, I'm a bit upset. Maybe too upset.
Too upset. She's don't downplay the fact that you were a participant in ruining your afternoon.
Okay, I'm a bit upset. Maybe too upset. But I'm just so frustrated because he always victimizes himself.
Sophie, Rob does victimize himself. But you?
It's not fair.
Projection.
If we can't work our out,
You
then
just
I don't
want
want
to
to
be
be
good, and then we can be good.
Sophie, you have shit too. I think I don't like when people point fingers and don't point it back at themselves. Rob is not the sole problem in this relationship. Also, this is the man that you've chosen. So you gotta work with what you got. Emasculating a man that has a fragile masculinity isn't gonna get you what you want. You want this man to show up for you? Build him up. If you're constantly gonna be like, you're the problem, you're the problem, you're the problem, he's gonna just back down because he can't handle that heat. And in turn, look at yourself.
Before, you was a dick. We was great, no? We was very happy. That was you. I did not switch up in any way.
Where did I do something?
Right now,
What
you're
did
being an
I
ass.
do?
Trying to act like I'm dating someone else is you being an ass.
I don't think it's him being an asshole. I think it was that was his way of being vulnerable. That was his way of being like, I don't feel like I'm being good enough for you. That's how you're making me feel. You're making me feel like you'd rather be with anybody else but me. You guys may disagree, but I really do think that was a moment of him being like, do you want to be here? And she, of course, is weaponizing that because Miss Sophie likes to be the victim. It's like,
Trying to
Girl, you literally thought he had two phones.
Second phone.
See? A phone that she has never seen.
You would think that I had a second phone. That's
Phone upstairs on the bed.
it did not ring. My
Yes, it
Bluetooth
did.
was
I
connected.
don't think Rob has two phones. I think that this is
I'm 1,000,000%
just
sure that
planted.
Sophie is not going to find a second phone that doesn't exist. Like, the last thing I need is more questioning and more doubt.
Yeah, he'd be real stupid.
My phone. My only phone.
She wants to be
At the end
right.
of the day, I don't want to keep living a life with somebody who chooses and prefers to have drama.
I
Correct.
prefer it.
Vice versa.
Really do. I mean, you don't want to accept me say sorry. You still can't let it go. The same way you can't let go of me online cheating.
Nah, Rob, that's different. This has nothing to do. This is completely different. Do I feel like she should have broken up with you for the online cheating? Yes. See, I was with you until you added a situation where you were so obviously wrong.
Over a year later.
So what?
You're listening
My
to this.
patience
I don't want to talk to you.
is
Okay,
so
cool, fine.
crazy.
Okay, I'm listening.
I have
Okay,
sat
fine.
around
Fine.
by myself.
For you. Sorry, Rob. I feel terrible for you. It must be very sad.
Girl, you chose to stay in this marriage after he cheated. He's upset because you left him after you got married. It's all connected. None of you are right in this situation. This was handled poorly. Wants him to be empathetic of her, but she has zero empathy for him. And it's not fair.
I just want you to be nice to me. If you don't like me, you can just say that.
I think that's your problem. Maybe that's your problem.
Can you guys imagine if they just don't like each other? Because that's a possibility. What do you guys think? Do you think that they're just dealing with each other for the TLC paycheck? I don't know how much TLC pays, but is it enough to endure this hell?
You're
Yes, I feel
convinced.
like you don't love me because of what you did. That is my problem.
So
And
just
you don't
admit-
help me feel better about it.
So admit there's nothing I can do to fix it.
Oh my God. Literally, I'm telling you, be nice, be loving to me, say I look pretty when I walk out in a lingerie, whatever I was wearing.
She's making my head hurt.
I'd love to know what type of.
Because the things that she, like, you know what? Never mind. Because who am I to say that those are superficial things? You know what I mean? Like, if that's how she will receive love, then that's how she'll receive love. I just don't think any of it is sustainable. And so her lists of demands are only going to keep growing.
You think is going to give you everything that you need.
You're gonna see if I leave you and a man or a woman or whatever makes me feel amazing and I'm loved and I'm happy and we're cuddling and I clean for him and I cook for him and I do everything because
See, and that's a slap in the face. Because you don't do any of that for your current husband. He has to tell her to clean. He literally made a god awful list of things that he would like because she didn't take initiative in cleaning, in cooking, and being like that, right? What? Rob is the worst. But you chose him. So why punish him because you chose him? So to tell him you are not doing anything, so again, it's what I'm saying, that Sophie doesn't hear herself, and maybe with age, hopefully, she will learn. But like, I don't think that you're gonna show up for another person because you don't get it. I think that in this moment, if Rob wanted to pick a fight about that, he could, because it's like, you're telling me that I'm not trying, but where are you trying? You're telling me all these things that you would do, but you're not doing it here.
he's doing what I want. Then you can feel real stupid. Me saying that maybe I'll be happy with someone else is me just looking for that validation.
That's not how you get validation, and that's her showing her age. You don't cause more hurt and be like, but love me. Why don't you love me? I know I'm poking you, but why don't you love on me? And that's some 20-year-old shit.
Because I'm feeling like Rob doesn't really care about me. Like, this is my last chance to make him tell me, like, I want you. You're who I want.
That's not how you get it
He
out.
doesn't get it.
You're playing games.
If that's a threat to get me to.
That's not
It
You
is.
don't listen to me. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
It is a threat, babes. We've all been there. We've all been stupid bitches. We have made those threats, and they usually backfire because people don't like ultimatums. People don't like to be made to feel small. So that was nasty.
To you.
Yeah, I heard what you said. I heard what
And
you
you
said.
don't care, no?
He's hurt.
You don't care. I'm asking you. You don't care. If I was just to be with someone else, you don't care.
She wants him to be like, go.
I do care, but you know, at this point, I don't want to feel like this anymore.
Yeah, he probably feels small.
It's a serious question. You don't care if I was to be with someone else. What the is wrong with you?
He does care, but you're literally telling him, you're dangling how amazing you're going to be for someone else when you're being shit present day. Like, how do you want someone to fight for you? That's not how you do it, you guys.
It's this.
It's what? Me literally trying to get through it and you're still showing
No, you're being a brat.
me.
You're being a brat.
I gave about you so much for so long.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with Rob.
Completely just
You act like this. Okay, cool.
bye.
Bye
There you go.
forever.
There's
Bye forever. Let's like finish the conversation like a grown ass woman and then leave.
In my bag. I just want to leave.
There she goes.
She started crying and she walked out because she's mad at me because I didn't beg for her back fast enough.
Right. She did want you to beg.
Same old.
And don't get me wrong, I love when people beg for me. But I think that he's hurt because this was an activity that he led and she was supposed to be a team player and she left him hanging. And she's leaving him hanging again, even in a conversation about their future. So it's like, he's going to shut down because that's who you picked.
It's just like she be playing games, and I'm like, and then I'm not playing this game with you anymore.
Well, 30-something-year-old Robert, maybe you shouldn't date someone that's 10 years younger than you. And maybe, just maybe, you won't have this issue anymore.
He doesn't give a about me anymore. Fine.
This is a hissy fit. I fucked up my whole relationship. Do you see what she said? She thought that she was doing something by pushing him. She knew what she was doing. And I've been there. I've had toxic tendencies where I'm like, let's see how far I can go to see if he's going to declare his love for me. And then they shut down because you've triggered them in some way. You're left out crying because you thought that you were going to get this big declaration of love. And instead, you're by yourself crying on the street. Been there, done that.
Serious, he doesn't give a fine. Fine, I'm just gonna leave then. Cool. That's fine. I just wanna see Kay.
I just want to see Kay.
Like he doesn't give a fine.
He's looking at you the same way you're looking at him. He's mirroring your energy, the energy that you walked into the shop with. These two are not listening to each other. And if I see them on the screen for the new season of The Last Resort, I'm going to scream because it's so obvious that they shouldn't be together. They don't care to find common ground. They want to be right. And if you want to be right, you're going to be by yourself or you're going to continue being in these toxic cycles. There was a lot that happened. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, thank you for watching. Subscribe so that you don't miss out on my recaps. And my voice hurts. I'm hot. I'll see you in the next one.